Hey, the YouTube! KS Cuber here. Am I in focus? I doubt it because I am shooting on a camera with no flip-out screen, so I don't know if I'm in frame, in focus, anything like that. But anyway, today, giant unboxing day, and this should be one of a couple giant unboxings. Actually, giant Speed Cube Shop unboxing here coming pretty soon. I'm pretty excited. That's my first order from Speed Cube Shop. But today we have 2 large lots from eBay and 1 from Puzzle Trader group on Facebook. Without further ado, let's get right into the unboxings. Okay, so weird lighting setup, weird everything set up as usual. Let's get right into this first package here. These should be some new, slightly older cubes from eBay. And there should be a whole bag of them. I also have another bag coming, which is not here yet. It's super dull, so I gotta get a new one here pretty soon. But let's try and slice right into this and get right into these cubes without further ado. And there is the sneak peek. As you can see, some older looking puzzles. Let's just quickly take these out of the box and have a quick look at them. Wow, and there they are. Wow, I'm very thrilled about these. Basically, this seemed to be an on-site, in the US, warehouse from China that just happened to have an overstock of some old cubes, and they were selling these things out cheap. I believe this is a Dayan Ghost here. Let me look up what I paid for that quickly. I'll put the price up on the screen. But if I remember correctly, all these cubes here were like $5 each or less. They were super, super inexpensive, and that's why I picked them up. These ones and some other ones were all super cheap. So let's get right into these, starting with these cubes. So this is going to be a long unboxing, so strap yourself into your seat, grab some popcorn, and let's get right into it here. As you can see, first up, this is Chi's first cube. At least I believe so. I don't know exactly the name of this. Is it the Bullfight? I believe that's it. The Chi Bullfight. And this one here actually is still sealed in the original shrink wrap from whenever this came out. I'll put a date up on the screen if I can find it. But this came out quite a while ago. And as you can see, I am breaking the seal for the first time today. That is really something else. And from what I've heard, the Bullfight is an improved Zanchi? I don't remember. Never mind. I thought I had insight on this cube here, but I actually don't remember what this is an improved design of. But all I can tell you is it is very, very good for the price. This came out before the Thunderclap, obviously, and it also came out before the X-Man Tornado, which was one of Chi's cubes that is considered a very, very good improvement of an existing design, and I believe that's what this one was. Of course, this was Chi's first 3x3. The shades are a little bit different, you'll know today on Chi cubes, and all in all, it actually turns pretty well. A bit dry out of the box, but as you can see, there is the mechanism, if that gives you any clue to exactly what design that is. But anyway, let's just quickly check corner cutting here. It definitely has a cap propping problem, as most cubes of the age did. On stock tensions, it corner cuts 45 degrees normal, and under line-to-line reverse. Not quite line-to-line reverse. As you can see right there, it does catch a little bit. But overall, this thing really, really does actually turn pretty well for a cube like this. But I do have to keep moving on, so let's get in to the next one. Next up here, I actually don't know what cube this is, so let's take a look at the back there. MoYu and I'm assuming this is a V2. There's no way this is a V1 for the price I paid for this, which was like $5 or something like that. Again, I'll put it up on the screen. There's a transparent V2, so this is definitely an V2. But nonetheless, I decided to pick one of these up. I actually don't have a white V2 yet, so here it is. Let's quickly pull that out of the ASMR cube packaging, and out of the box, pretty horrible. These definitely took a bit of lubrication / breaking in to make them really good. I haven't got a lot of really good out of the box V2s before. But after setup and everything else, these actually turn very, very well. Obviously, the world record was set on one of these cubes a long time ago. This cube was designed after the V1 to actually solve the problem of the corner twist DNF world record by Felix Zemdegs. And then, of course, he went on to set some records with that. I don't know all the exact history, so if I'm wrong on that, sorry. But anyway, this is the V2, a very iconic cube. And now I have one in white plastic. Okay, next up here, we have a MF8, what I can only assume to be a legend. I don't know why I picked another one of these up, but it must have been super cheap, so that's why I did. I collect old cubes, and this one is definitely a pretty old one. As you can see, this is a Legend V2 in stickered. I have one in tiled, and I have a few other variants in different other versions. Wow, that feels horrible out of the box, and there goes a piece. So this has no lubing at all, I can already tell that. It's on extremely loose tensions on some sides. So all in all, horribly set up cube straight out of the box. I don't think the other ones were quite this bad. I wonder if they made stickerless variants of these. These pieces seem to lend themselves to a stickerless mechanism, but I don't think I've seen a stickerless version of that. But as you can see, really strange mechanism inside with a ball core. And all in all, this cube was pretty good at one time, but now it's definitely pretty outdated. It's good for the collection, and man, this one is really bad out of the box. Okay, next up here, this is actually one that I've been looking for a little while. A Speed Edition 3 layers. YJ, as you can see, is a VV-Goo 2. Huh. Yeah, that's a really good name for a speed cube. So this is the new Gan VV-Goo 2. No, this is a YJ. Anyway, besides the name, this is actually YJ's first speed cube, or at least very, very close to it. YJ Type A or something like that. Sorry if I'm wrong about that. This is the Yongjun Type D. Yeah, that's it. It's a Type D cube. But anyway, I haven't had one of these before, and I've been looking for one for a little while. As you can see, pretty unique design. It actually looks very similar to a Ghost Hand mechanism. That's pretty interesting. It also has the matte textured stickers, kind of like some other old speed cubes of the day, kind of like the ShengShou and others there. And actually, you know what? I do have some of these, but they've been restickered and broken a lot. I actually know this feel from a vintage cube lot I got before, and I didn't know what those cubes were. They're probably YJ Type Ds. And if I'm wrong about that, I'll put it on the screen. But either way, I've been looking for one of those for a little while. They're sold out most places, and there one is. Very excited to get one of those. Okay, so next up here, as you can see, I have a Dayan to Guhong. I'm not sure if this is a V2 or not. Seems to say V2 there, maybe. But either way, let's get right into this box here and see what we have. You can tell by if it has torpedoes or not. I'm pretty positive that that would be a V1 versus V2. As you can see, this is an orange plastic, which I actually have a Panshi in orange plastic, so I decided to pick one of these up too. This is the worst turn cube out of the box ever. Wow, talk about first turn disappointment. Oh man, that is literally the worst cube ever out of the box. It is so sluggish, catchy, just slow in general. It's speeding up a little bit as I turn it for the first turns, but wow, that is horrible. That's amazing. Okay, anyway, let's pull a piece out of there. That is a Guhong V1, I believe, since it doesn't have torpedoes. Maybe it's a Guhong V2 without torpedoes, but either way, it's super tight. I can barely get that piece out, and it is awful. Wow. Okay, well that one definitely needs some setup, says lubrication. I'm sure it's fine once you actually get some in there, because there you go, those sides aren't too bad. But wow, first impressions on that were very poor. Dayan Guhong V1. Okay, I'm going to leave that one to last because I'm pretty excited about that. Next up here, we have a Ghost Hand 3x3. I believe this is the... It says Ghost Hand Finger Dancing 2. So apparently they had cooler names back then. But anyway, let's open this one up. This one does seem scrambled, so actually that's an opportunity to do a solve on camera. We can test the tensions and talk about here through the camera solve. Through the camera solves are never good, but let's give it a shot and see how it works. Especially this camera, because I can't see through the viewfinder thing very well. Okay, well anyway, first impressions, it is pretty catchy, but it definitely seems to be breaking in fairly easily, and I think it will be better after a bit of break-in. Obviously, this is a very old speed cube, but back in the day, Ghost Hand cubes were very, very good, and this one definitely feels pretty good out of the box compared to some other ones I've had. I've had bad ones, I've had good ones out of the box. I don't think that was a J-Perm. No, that was not. Sorry, I cannot see through this camera at all. So pardon the horrible solve there, but actually this seems to have, it's matte type stickers, but they're not like textured stickers. That's actually really interesting because they're not glossy at all. Okay, and as you can see there, standard Ghost Hand mechanism, looking very good. And without further ado, that's another Ghost Hand 3x3. Let's get on to the next cube here. Weird that one is scrambled in the box. Okay, next up here, this is a Ishin 4x4 4-layer DIY puzzle. I actually thought I got a 5x5, so maybe that's coming in a different box. But either way, 4x4 DIY puzzle cube. Doesn't seem DIY to me. But anyway, Ishin is a very, very well-known brand. And of course, you have to get one for the collection and in the normal color scheme, which as you can see has like purple on there. They made a lot of different interesting cubes throughout the years, and I believe they were founded in like 2002, so they've been around a long time. At one point, this Ishin 4x4 was the best on the market. As you can see right there, the Ishin logo, original shades. Wow, this is awesome. First Ishin cube that I've actually had straight out of the box that's like a 4x4 or 5x5. I forget what other cube I had. I think I had an Ishin 2x2 before, but wow, that turns It definitely doesn't have a lot of corner cutting, but wow, that actually turns pretty well. I mean, it's just super, 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 like, swooshy. Hold up to the microphone there quickly, pardon the arm shot. But wow, that is actually really awesome. I think it's on really tight tensions right now, but let's quickly check corner cutting. Yeah, it will corner cut a little bit if you loosen the tensions, but as you can see, those tensions are absolutely tight, which maybe that's how you have to keep these. But wow, that has such a nice swooshy feel to it. I really like that. Hopefully I have Eachine 5x5 coming in the future, but there is the Eachine 4x4 in the classic sticker scheme. Super cool. Okay, and next up here, we have a Sheng'an 3x3. We've had a few of these before. Which type is this? This is a Sheng'an F2 in white. Have yet to find a black plastic Sheng'an cube, but that's not a bad thing. I don't know, I'll find one in the future, I'm sure. So, just white plastic Sheng'ans for now, but lots of English on every single side there. The cool hologram with the inventor. And that, it's a Sheng'an box. It's another Sheng'an. Let's quickly go into this box here and see what we have. As you can see, there it is, Sheng'an F2. They have the cool logo as usual, and wow, this one actually turns better out of the box than the other Sheng'an cubes that I've got in the past. I have, I think, all the Sheng'an cubes now, but there's the F2 design. It definitely feels a little bit lubricated, so very, very nice. Turning straight out of the box. That's what you get with the shrink wrap design there around the box. Let's quickly take a look at the manual here. And there's your Sheng'an instruction manual. That will teach you how to solve the cube and more, I'm sure. But anyway, I guess that's it. Sheng'an F2. I think I have a couple of these already, so this is just another one for the collection. Definitely turns the best out of the box. Wow. Okay, and next up, this is actually a pretty cool one. This is a Type F Sheng'an cube in blue. I have one in pink, and that one is used. Now I found a brand new one in the box. Well, that's disappointing. In blue, the hologram is coming off that side along with the label. Huh. That's really interesting, actually. So there's a generic 3x3 box underneath the Sheng'an logo, just marked on the top. And there's your hologram. It's actually on the sticker on this type of packaging. That's really strange. That's cool. So I wonder if that's the first type Sheng'an, if that's just how it was, or if it's a defect, or what. But anyway, let's get right into this here. Has matte stickers, as with most cubes of the time. And also, I might take it back, they might not have been YJ Type Ds that I had another lot. They might also have been Sheng'an. So I mean, it's kind of confusing with these older cubes. They all look the same. They feel remotely the same when they're all set up correctly. But there it is, Sheng'an in blue plastic. Very, very cool. First model Sheng'an, as you can see. It definitely is a little bit catchy, but all in all, it turns fairly well. It seems very, very, very similar to the first model Ghost Hand design, so I wonder if this was just another rebadged Ghost Hand cube, or if Ghost Hand's a rebadge of this. Either way, blue Sheng'an, very cool for the collection. Okay, and there we are to the end of the first box. Let me quickly round these all up and take a look, and then we'll get into the next package. I have to keep this moving. It's still going to be about a 40-minute video, so like I said, this is a big unboxing, and I guess that's what happens when you have a big unboxing. And there you go. As you can see, those are all the cubes that I got in this first box. Let's clear those off and get on to the next ones. Okay, well, let's go for the more unknown of the two boxes coming up right now. This is a lie I bought on eBay, and I do not remember anything that's in this, and I'm sure I'll remember it once I see it. But let's get right into it here. Should I just pull out the side and show it from the camera? Let's try that instead of actually like dumping everything out like I usually do. First up, lots of newspaper packaging material, and let's get my camera focused here. There is your first cube, the Wheat First Union Rubik's Cube. Seems like we're gonna have a time-lapse solve again. Hey, look, you got 4 sides, but can never get the 5th. No, I think it's 5 sides, but can never get the 6th. Whatever. Anyway, it is somewhat solved, but as you can see, not quite. It is an old Rubik's brand. It actually doesn't turn horribly for an old Rubik's brand. Some of these are very dusty and turn very horribly. So let's quickly do a solve on this cube. I'm not going to get the top orientation correct, but I might as well do a solve on this. I will not do a solve if there's a whole bunch more cubes that need solving later in the box. And again, I'm looking through the camera, so this is really hard to actually coordinate and do that. But first of all, this actually turns fairly well. I found some of these promo cubes don't turn horribly. And of course, this is older Rubik's before they really went downhill with the newer stickered cubes. Obviously, the 2.0, it's a bit different. But the newer stickered cubes I found were really, really bad out of the box compared to these little bit older ones. This is not quite as old as like a Japanese color scheme cube, but it's definitely very close to that age. I'd say probably, I don't know, mid-90s, somewhere in there. So anyway, just about done with this solve here. As you can see, it's going, I mean, as smoothly as it can go on a Rubik's brand cube. I do like to collect these old advertising type cubes, though obviously they have really no value to a lot of people. I think they're kind of cool. And there we go. As you can see, we got lucky on center orientation is solved. That is a Rubik's brand Wheat First Union cube. I can't take too long on all these rest of these here. Okay, I gotta squeeze through this packaging to make sure I'm not missing any cubes here. And let's see what this one is. The big reveal. Dun, 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 dun. Well, it's probably nothing special. But anyway, as you can see, this is another Rubik's Cube. This one, an actual 1980s Japanese color scheme Rubik's Cube. And that doesn't turn super horribly. So I'm not sure I'm going to speed up these solves. I'm just going to give my first impressions on these cubes while I'm solving them. Just because I might as well. I mean, this is going to be a little bit longer video anyway. Basically, this is actually the first model Rubik's Cube that came out in like 1981, right as they're imported to the United States. This actually has the exact same logo that my dad's cube likely had on it when it first came here. These were the ones in the bubbles, as far as I know. So that's what's with the logo there. You find a lot of Japanese color scheme cubes without logos, and you also find them with a bit newer logo. So this is actually the best condition example I have with that original really cool looking logo. And as you can see, this one doesn't turn horribly. These old cubes were better than the new ones. I definitely have to say that. But this is a true early 1980s Rubik's Cube, very cool to have for the collection, and it's not fragile and not in as bad a shape as a lot of these that I get in. I have my dad's original 1980s Rubik's Cube. Other than that, they tend to be in pretty poor shape. As you can see, Y-perms are still a challenge on there. And as you can see, finished it right up with the Japanese color scheme. Woo woo woo. Okay, next up, let's see what we have next. I'm not going to be solving more cubes on camera, it takes too long. Let's see. And wow, we have a Rubik's Revenge puzzle. This guy was really good at getting the first layer on cubes. I really have to commend him for that. He was good at getting the first layer. I wonder if you actually solved this with layer by layer. Wow, that turns fantastically. And by that I mean not very good. But anyway, this is a Rubik's Revenge. It turns better than the newer 4x4s I've heard, but it's also not super great. I believe this is going to be a Japanese color scheme one again. Let's have a quick punch on the logo there, and that's actually pretty cool. ITC 1982, made in Macau. I didn't know they made these in Macau. But anyway, I'll time-lapse the solve at the end. I'll do a quick relay like I did with the last set. Okay, next up, next in the box, let's see what we have. Who knows what we have? I should be an auctioneer because I could keep this going all day. We have a Magic, and it seems like it's together or solved or not. I don't know much about Magic, but this one definitely does not seem solved, and it probably needs some careful work to make sure that I don't break it. As you can see, it's a Matchbox Magic, the original one, so hopefully I can figure out how to get that solved sometime. It feels very stiff. As you can see right there, 1986 Rubik, not Rubik's, made in China. That's cool. Good for the collection. I've thought about buying one of these for a while, but the price has always been prohibitive. In this lot, though, there one is. Cool, cool. Next up here, we actually have a large wrapped box of some sort. So what exactly is this? It was not placed well in there, but here it is. Wow, I got a pretty good deal on this lot for what you get in here. It seems to be a bit dusty. I have to see if that's on the inside or the outside. This is an original sealed Japanese color scheme Rubik's Cube. Wow, that is actually really cool. For the price I paid for this lot, which I put up on screen there, I think I paid a little bit more, but just to have this in the lot, that is awesome. This is not a reissue. This is the original 1981, 1982, 1983, somewhere right in there. Rubik's Cube. This one's also made in Macau, so this must be like second batch or something. I don't know where the first ones were made, but they're made somewhere different, I thought. I don't know. I don't know a ton about these originals. So, there is some minor dust under the shrink wrap, but it's not a big deal. That is super cool right there. Rubik's Cube. Ideal. I have one of these. The shrink is not quite as complete on that one, and I actually paid probably more than I did for this one, so that is super awesome. I now have a Rubik's Pocket Cube 3x3, and I also have a couple of Rubik's Revenge puzzles in nice shape. This is actually really exciting. This is another cool puzzle out of here, and one I've never had before. That's a lot heavier than I expected it to be. That is an impossible. I actually have no clue what this puzzle is based on. I should have done more research before I did this video, but as you can see, it turns like that, and as you can see, I actually almost had this first center, which I'm not even going to try and solve this because I have no idea. This feels heavier than I thought it would. I mean, if you have original Rubik's Cube, it's like twice that weight. It's about the same weight as a Rubik's Revenge puzzle, but maybe even a little bit more. So that's actually really surprising. And even cooler, as you can see, we have the impossible Milton Bradley original top bubble. I don't know if we have the bottom to the bubble, but as you can see, I'm super excited to have that puzzle. It's not super rare, but I haven't found one yet, and that's really neat. Okay, and that may be it for the box, but let's dig back in here and double check. And yes, it is almost it for the box, but there is one more treasure. Rubik's Revenge Puzzle, the ideal solution. In really nice shape, actually, 1982. Let's pull this out of this bag. I'll definitely keep it in the bag after this, and I have some other bags I can replace this bag with if I need to. First of all, that seems to be a bit of a skewed perspective on that. It must have just been a weird angle, but anyway, this looks too long. Rubik's Revenge Puzzle, and as you can see, this has all the secrets to solve the Rubik's Revenge. Wow, this would actually be really cool to try and learn how to solve with this method. I assume it's cage method. I've heard a lot of these old ones. The method of choice was cage method, but I'm not 100% sure. Pretty sure they're outlining the edge flip thing there, so that's cool. And just looking through here, it definitely seems to be cage method of some sort or another. That might be interesting to see if I can actually learn to solve with that method. I wonder if I sent this in, the club and newsletter, to the Rubik's Cube Club, if I could still get a yearly membership. Oh wait, offer expires December 31st, 1982. Whoops! Missed that one by a couple minutes. Okay, anyway. And one thing I did forget to mention, in the last box, I actually did get a couple more items here that I actually missed. Let's bring these up to the camera. They're not super exciting, but these were cheap. These were like $2 a set, so I just decided to pick some up from that store there. Z-Cube stickers. Let me check what this one's for. They don't say on there, but these are ShengShou 5x5 stickers, I believe. These right here are for another ShengShou cube. I'm not sure if I need to count those all, but let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is a 10x10 sticker set. I have a 10x10, that's ShengShou. I decided I might as well get a spare sticker set. And these were cheap. Here's another 6x6, or no, it's a 7x7 sticker set. I assume it's a 9x9 sticker set and an 8x8 sticker set. I'm not going to count each one of them, so there it is. They're not marked. That's cool. Nice stickers. Good deal. Okay, and now for the last and final box of this unboxing. It's not going to be as long as I thought it was going to be, because here we are. I believe we're at only, well, I say only, but we're at like 25 minutes, right? I don't know. I can't tell exactly. Oh man, I'm straining bad to try and grab this box. Okay, there it is. This is from Puzzle Trader on Facebook. My first purchase actually from the site. I did buy some more cubes today from the same person, so those will be in a separate unboxing here in a couple of weeks when those come in. That will be an even bigger lot. This one has some very key pieces for my collection and some very exciting pieces. So without further ado, let's cut right in to this. Let me pull a little bit sharper knife so I don't have to use a dull stick to open my boxes. Or should I say like a megalodon tooth type level of sharpness of the knife. That was not a proper grammatically sentence thing at all, as usually happens with these rambling videos. Okay, anyway, let's finish cutting the tape here, which is very secure, by the way, so I definitely commend you on that. And let's get right into these cubes. I'm going to pull the same format I did last time, just bring them out of the box up to the camera and see how that works, and see if it works. There you go, nice bubble wrap on the bottom, very, very good. And on here, thank you, enjoy the cubes, thank you so much. Okay. And let's get in to these cubes of the day. This is actually going to be kind of hard with this cardboard. Let me try and fold that tongue in a little bit. And let's get right into these. GAN 249, and this is the V2 non-magnetic. If I focus a little bit there, GAN 249 V2 non-magnetic. I might actually like this more than the V2M. The V2M is kind of brash in its turning, just because of the magnets. They give actually a pretty strong click to the turning. And with 2x2 at least, I don't think I'm the biggest fan of that type of turning. As you can see, corner cutting is right at 45 degrees. Reverse cutting is just under, like 45 degrees. It's pretty good. And all in all, this actually has a really good feel to it. I've been looking forward to getting a non-magnetic V2 for a long time. I also said non-magnetic V2M. That'd be a contradiction and a half right there. But anyway, turns pretty well. GAN 249 V2. Next up here, we have a limited edition Weilong GTS Shamrock Cube. I don't actually remember who made this. Was it Speed Cube Shop or the Cubicle, or was it actually made by MoYu? Either way, it's very, very cool. Look at those internals. Wow, that is not even the type of green I would expect. That is like a pea green, and by that I mean like the vegetable. So, I don't know. Wow, that is actually really cool. I'm not a huge fan of the white caps because I don't solve on white that well, but just for the collection, this is really cool. And wow, that feels nice. I like the feel of the MoYu GTS, and it's definitely over-lubed, which I also like. So wow, all in all, that is a cool cube. Shamrock Cube. I'll put on the screen who that was made by, if it wasn't made by MoYu themselves. I'm not sure. Corner cutting is full, as expected the GTS. And reverse cutting is very good. It's actually my favorite version of the MoYu modern cubes. Between this and the GTS2, I like the GTS better. First of all, it's 56.5 millimeters instead of 55.5, which I just cannot solve on. I don't know. I really don't like the smaller size cubes as much as the older, larger ones. As you can see though, cool cube. On to the next one. Next up, we have a Scoob. What am I doing with a Scoob? Why do I have a Scoob? I hate Scoob. Okay, no, I'm kind of joking there, but no, I'm really bad at Scoob. And I guess I have a few of them, and now I have another one. I think it's hard to tell. Either really light ball bearings, or has ball bearings removed, or it's magnetic and I'm just really stupid. But either way, this is a MoYu Scoob of some sort, possibly with the ball bearings removed, because I do not hear the click, but I also don't feel magnets. Next up, MoYu Weilong GTS, I'd assume. I'm going to check the mechanism here in a minute, because this may be something a little bit different. It doesn't quite feel like a GTS, but I also might just be overthinking it. Oh, and it is tight. It is hard to get out of here. Okay, and I believe this is actually a GTS2, now that I look at it. And that's what I was thinking. It felt too fast to be a GTS. It also felt a bit too small. And let's see if I can get these pieces out of here. Man, this thing is tight. Okay, as you can see, GTS2, I believe. I don't think there are any other cubes that are MoYu and looked like that. There was a Tanglong before it, but this feels way too fast to be a Tanglong. So I'm just going to say GTS2. I don't have a lot of experience with the GTS2, and I actually really don't like it that much. The GTS2M is a whole different story, but the stock GTS2, for me at least, was really, really fast and way too uncontrollable and flexible and too small. But anyway, this is a pretty well set up GTS2. I do have to give it that, but either way, it's a GTS2. I'm not the biggest fan of the GTS2, but it is cool to have another one. I don't think I have one in black stickered right now. Okay, next up here, this is a YJ Yoo-Hoo Megaminx. And this is a Megaminx I bought right when it first came out, and then I realized that the first batch sucked, had bent screws, all kinds of issues, and mine was just not good at all. But I used it for a few years, got good at Megaminx on it. Or okay, I say good, I learned Megaminx on it. I got down to like 3 minutes or somewhere around there. This one, on the other hand, compared to that one, turns a lot better. The plastic feels very hard on this. That's kind of an odd thing with this. And actually, I think that might just be it's really, really tight. Yeah, on this side it's a little bit looser. Let's try corner cutting on that side. Yeah, corner cuts pretty well. I don't know. A lot of people really like this one. And when the Yoo-Hoo R came out, a lot of people like that one. I never really had a lot of experience with it, so I can't tell you. Plus, I'm not fast Megaminx solver. But there it is, a Yoo-Hoo for my collection. And next up, this is one I've actually been pretty excited to try out. This is an X-Man Galaxy Megaminx. I am super late to this party. As you can see, the last layer is not solved, so let's try and show you how great I am at Megaminx. This is a soon case, right? Soon? Yeah, maybe soon. Okay, and I'm failing this so bad. What the heck? Okay, well now we have a T-perm, right? Okay, yeah, I got this. Okay, and now we have a soon, which I messed up that soon before, and I think I messed up another one. Nope, I didn't. Okay. I think that would have been anti-soon. Okay, and now we're to this part here, and now I just need to flip all my corners, or edges, no, corners. I was right the first time. Yeah, this is comedy right here. This is Chaos Cuber trying to solve a Megaminx, a comedy film by Chaos Cuber. It's very horrible. My Megaminx solving definitely needs work. And I definitely need to work on my Megaminx solving eventually. Where does that piece go? Huh. That... Oh, okay, I'm dumb. Okay, yep. I was just looking at a piece through the camera and I couldn't tell. Okay, and that was a Megaminx with Chaos Cuber. Actually, just the last layer. That was horrible. Okay, anyway, X-Man Galaxy Megaminx. Wow, that feels absolutely amazing compared to any Megaminx I've tried. It's so solid. It feels like a 3x3. It probably corner cuts like a 3x3. It's close. I mean, about 45 degrees. And a little bit of reverse. Maybe if it was set up a little bit differently. As you can see with the primary internals there, though, this is a really good Megaminx. And wow, very cool. Looking forward to trying that one out for a while now. Okay, next up here, looks like we have another, is this a GTS 1? Feels like a GTS 1. I hope I'm right about this because I supposedly don't like GTS 2s and I like GTS 1s. So if I was wrong, that would be bad. Anyway, yep, GTS 1, magnetic. Okay, well that's what felt off about it. I was like, it doesn't feel like a GTS 2, but it doesn't feel quite like a GTS 1 either. Okay, well that makes sense. It's magnetic. Whoopie whoopie whoop. Okay, well let's quickly get this piece back in here. And as you can see, magnetic. Feels very nice. I really like the magnetic GTS 1. One of my favorite cubes. Very easy to magnetize. And all in all, a fantastic cube. Okay, next up here with some cool custom shades with that blue there and everything else. Is this a GTS 2? Oh man, that is... Did you see that there? That flex. What is this cube? you pull a cube and that happens. Yeah, that's what I expected. They better have done that. Otherwise, there's something up with that. Man, this is another GTS 1, I believe, but this one is loose. Wow. That is crazy. That is the craziest thing ever. Okay, well anyway, GTS 1. Very nice, but loose as a goose. Okay, let me try and find that piece that I dropped quickly. Nope, never mind. We're putting that back together and leaving it like that for a minute. I'll go find that later. But anyway, this does have some cool custom shades on it. I definitely like these more than the stock shades. A little bit lighter blue, a little bit different every other color there. And all in all, it turns very well, although very, very loose. And also say, is this one magnetic? I would say it probably is. But let me check that quickly. So I don't have the other piece that popped apart there. Yes, another magnetic GTS. I'm excited about these. I'm going to be doing a lot of sales on magnetic GTSs from now on. These are going to be my main for like the next 10 years and counting. Wow, this thing is so loose. Like, who tensioned that? This is not... This is not a cube. That's not how it works. Okay, anyway, I'm getting too into that. Next up, what's up next in the box? This is the Phantom GTS. Somebody really liked GTSs here, and I don't blame them. The GTS was a great cube. I didn't like the GTS 2 as much, but the GTS was absolutely fantastic. Not magnetic, as I could feel from the turning. This one is super, super fast and flexible. But as you can see, this is another GTS 1, this time in illusion. It actually has black internals, white externals. I can't say that's my favorite illusion color, but it's cool. And there it is. A black on white, white on black illusion GTS. Turns absolutely fantastically. Just solving one of these at the end here. But full corner cutting, very, very nice. Next up here, we have a GAN 356 Air, and this thing turns very nice. I actually wonder if this is the Air or if this is the S, the 356S. I believe it's the Air. I think the UM or the Air Ultimate. Now, yeah, just the Air Ultimate, not the UM. The UM is the magnetic version of the Air Ultimate. The Air Ultimate has really spoiled me to the GAN Air feel because that one is so, so light. But this one, nonetheless, is a very light cube, very fast turning. Wow, just crazy. And my main was a Air M by DM Cubing for quite a while. It is super fantastic with purple springs on it, with purple nuts in it. Let's see what this one has in it here quickly. Yep, standard nuts. So that shows you it's the Air. It might be the Air Budget. I don't remember exactly. I think they can use standard GS nuts also, but it has a standard tensioning system with springs. There it is. GAN 356 Air or GAN 356S. I'll have to look that up. Next up, this is one of the exciting pieces of this lot. I actually ordered one of these, coming from Speed Cube Shop probably tomorrow, but nonetheless, why not have a spare Yushin 7x7? I have been looking forward to trying this cube for like 2 years. What the heck haven't I bought one? I mean, they're like 40 bucks. That's the reason I haven't bought one. But anyway, Yushin 7x7, very excited to actually get some solves in on this. I've been really getting to 7x7 lately. As might have been inferred, if you've seen my Instagram and saw my Speed Cube Shop order, I got a Wuji M Cosmic, which actually is really crazy that I actually ordered that. And also another Yushin 7x7 and also a Z Cloud 7x7. So that unboxing should be coming tomorrow, or for you guys, who knows, a couple days. But anyway, there it is. The Yushin 7x7 turns absolutely fantastically. Check my Instagram for updates on how well this cube performs. I will definitely be doing like an average of 12 after this, after I'm done with this. But anyway, as you can see, primary internals, and all in all, wow, super smooth. I've heard these don't have great corner cutting, but they're super smooth. It's like the Yushin 9x9 and all that. And of course, I had to buy a bunch of 7x7s when the Haze 7's coming out. I'll buy the Haze 7, I don't care. I mean, there's just another hole in my bank account. Who the heck cares about that? So anyway, there it is. Really cool. Next up, another translucent MoYu Along V2. I say another because I have another one of these. Of course, that one is in the box. And this one, as you can see, is all set up and turns fantastically. Man, if these were comp legal, I don't know what it is about. I don't know what. Why did I say what like that? I don't know what it is about the translucent green Along V2, but wow, after you set this thing up, it just goes like crazy. First couple solves in this cube, I got like a 14-something solve and a 15-something solve when I was averaging like 21, so it was just insane. I don't know why, but my recognition and just the overall turning of this cube is better than any other Along V2 I've ever tried, which is weird. Actually, I take that back. Aside from the primary, I have a primary Along V2 and it turns about the same, but that one is just so much better than the other one besides that one that I've tried. Okay, next up, another GAN cube. This one might be the Air, and the other one might have been an S. That would have to be my guess, because I think the Air has GS nuts, and the S does not have GS nuts, but this one also doesn't. I don't know enough about GAN cubes. Never mind, I should stop talking about GAN cubes. Anyway, it feels differently, it sounds different, and it's another GAN cube. I'll put it up on screen if I can actually differentiate between the two. This was a silver sticker, that was a gold sticker. Solid. Sturdy turning. Airy, clacky turning. I don't know. They both feel very nice. They're both GAN cubes. Very cool. Okay, and this actually looks different in real life than I thought it did. So I wonder if this is actually the blue one. Either way, maybe that will make it look a little bit different. I don't know. I have to change my color grade now, so that's great. This is a GAN Air Ultimate in, I was going to say spring green or mint, but I believe this is actually the blue one. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit, see if I can figure out the coloring. I'll put the exact color up on the screen. It was marketed as a spring mint, and I've been looking to buy one of those for a while. But the blue one is just as rare, and actually a little bit rarer, I think. Hard to find. So either way, I'm very excited and very happy for this. GAN Air Ultimate Limited Edition in some color. That turns absolutely fantastically. Has clear GES nuts in it, which, wow, this thing turns fast for clear GES nuts. All in all, wow, super excited about this. I did try some perms and stuff when I'm actually doing these reviews, or I should say unboxings. I've been told that in my comments. So there you go, T-perm, and let's see, how many other perms do I know? I don't think I know a lot of other perms off the top of my head. Let's try this one here. There we go, and let's see here, that would be a G-perm, but let's just keep going with this and see how long it takes. That's my A-perm I do. I guess we're to the A-perm. But let's try this again. And let's try a G-perm. Okay, now I was going overboard on the Elgs. Oop, and almost messed it up there. And I'm very dependent on magnets myself because I just screwed this up bad. Okay, yeah, I shouldn't try permutations on camera. Never mind! Anyway, I was trying to actually try and do some perms, but I am really bad at perms apparently. Okay, let's turn the ISO thing back up so we have a lower burn picture, and hopefully my color grading can adjust for that. There we are. We had a PLL skip. Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, and whoever else is watching this video, is the end of this box, this unboxing, this giant, crazy unboxing. Again, actually no clue whatsoever if I'm in frame, focus, whatever. Anyway, my camera's just about to run out of storage, so I gotta keep going. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe below if you enjoyed. Check out my Instagram at ks_cuber. Stay tuned for more unboxings in the future. Hopefully not as big as this one because this one's crazy. KS Cuber out. Goodbye.